Anyways, yes, people. Wait, why am I here? Yes, people. Welcome to Never a Foul. As you can see, Daps is dancing, the dancing man, singing to welcome backstage.
It's Friday then.
That one. Mons can't be here today, so we got the better content creator instead, or better opinion in welcome. Don't worry about that. But yeah, he's here to fill in last seconds because there's no trains tomorrow in England, pretty much all over the country, and Mons is going
most weekends, bro. Like most weekends.
Down to the game, so he has to catch a late train. It is what it is. Deji will be here in the next 15 minutes, and Mo will be here probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes as well. If you could smash that like button, it'd be great. And also, just a disclaimer for people that do watch it back, Lee's channel, Welcome's channel, and Deji's channel is all down below. So make sure if you hear this, go show them some love. Subscribing to them when you see them, smash a like on their videos, etc. Today we're going to be talking more in depth about obviously Liverpool and Spurs, the game itself, nothing else, nothing more. I think Lee was quite frustrated with the performance last week, so he can add a good input to what he saw, and then obviously me, Daps, can add our inputs, and then Welcome and Dej. You know what Deji's going to do already? He's going to be shameless. Come on, man. You know what's coming. Pause. So yeah, man. What you man saying?
That's good, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. And you know what? First time back on this channel, bro. Literally a week from last week. So listen, I apologize to everyone behind the scenes, but I'll do it.
Oh, bored of it already, bro. Fucking hell, like
What?
Just apologize. Anyways, how you doing, man?
Lee, you don't need to apologize, bro.
Nah, you know what it is, though, man. Anyway, but listen, man. It's still. Is what it
just is. The issue is resolved. You and Sean are blessed. It was just a disagreement in a pub, innit? And that's it. We move on.
Yeah, man. That's all that is right there, man. Make sure you smash the like button. I know what we're on. We are nearly on 100 likes already, 22 away. Just a quick one before we touch on to Liverpool stuff. I was going to ask about Arsenal and what you feel about the injury situation currently going on, because it's not just your team. It's quite a lot of top teams with a lot of injuries out at the moment. And I don't know if this is because of maybe the schedule around football, the more games, but everyone's getting the same kind of injury, some sort of muscular injury.
Wait, they're talking about the boots, though. Everyone keeps talking about the boots. I'm reading on that session. They keep mentioning about the boots. Like, I don't know why. I haven't deep dive into it, but I want to look at it. Because bare people had ACL injuries, and obviously that Timber got ACL. What's his name? Rudiger, I think, got an ACL. I'm not too sure. Was Militao got an ACL? So bare man got ACL injuries.
It's very reoccurring, man. It's just kind of surprising. What they should do, that we were talking about earlier. They should make the material out of the boat shoes you use in
boat shoes.
The best.
We were talking the control.
It'd be like CTRs all over again if anyone remembers those.
But you know what? There's a few things you can look at though. Like it could be like if you think since 2020, because of COVID and that season, and then I think then the World Cup and all these different things that over the last couple of years they've had to squeeze games in more and more and more and more. So that's one thing, could be that. Secondly, Rodri made a really good point about how this extra time bit, how they're now they want players that by doing that, put in extra time at the end of the game, that's when players are at their most tired, and then you're asking them to go that little bit more. That is, and over a season, and I think Vincent Kompany said today that he was thinking about they should put a cap on the number of games that players can play in a season. But I just think
that's a good idea.
It is. I think it's down to, I don't know, maybe the fitness team as well. Like, you know what? I don't want to make it any more technical than it already is, but maybe sometimes there needs to be some sort of, the fitness team need to be looked at and make sure that no one is saying, you know what, just tell me the players are right so I can play them because it's an important game. The fitness team must be going like, no. Because remember last season with Reece James' personal fitness guy came out after Reece James had been rushed back and said, if I talk, ... that like he'd clearly expressed that he didn't think Reece James was ready, and that maybe in some instances, I think a lot of clubs do rush players back and maybe not give it the right amount of time that fitness that it needs. Because it must be. There must be a reason behind this, yeah? Because there's too many injuries, man. It's early in the season.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of the women as well, like Leah Williamson for Arsenal.
Women as well, yeah?
Yeah, it was Leah Williamson, Beth Mead. There was another one as well. So there was like 3, and they didn't go to the World Cup for it with England as well. So yeah, it's not just men as well; it's women that's affected. But yeah, for sure, man. Like it's not good what we're seeing, and too many games, man. You know, I think Company came out, was it yesterday, and spoke about there needs to be this sort of central contract where players literally play 60 games maximum in a season, including internationals, because they're all playing 85 games. And you think about it, like, it's mad. You've got what is this? There's going to be what? It's just the 3rd international break.
Yeah, bro, it's mad.
And then you've got the bloody Euros next year, and then you've got or World Cup, wherever it is, next year, and then you've got bloody more internationals before the season ends next season. So it's mad. And then you've got the bloody December break. Well, so you don't have the December break, is my point. So yeah, man, this is a great league. It's a great league, but the money that's being tainted by the amount of games that has to be played is crazy, man. It's really, really annoying. And you look at some of the other leagues, Portugal, I know, France, I know, when a team in their in their league, they have a Champions League, they make sure the game's on a Friday, for example, because they know that they've got Tuesday, try and help them out, or have an early Saturday kickoff. But over here, put them on a Sunday, mate. It's mad.
Do you know the one that confuses me, right, is if you look at the Carabao Cup, we're out of it now, so we're not going to have the dilemma, but we could have had the dilemma that Liverpool had, I think, 2 seasons ago, where if we would have gone through and then got through the next round, our Carabao Cup tie would have been the day before our Club World Cup tie, right? And we're in the Champions League, I think, on, say, like the Wednesday. Then from there we have to fly directly to Saudi for a week, right? And we all know this. If we know this now, then FIFA know this, and Carabao or whoever's behind it know this, right? Now, if last season, when the Queen passed away, rest in peace, we managed to reschedule a whole league, why could something not be done about this? And the truth is probably because of TV rights, because we got Sky and Premier League work together, so they can do that, But with FIFA, with Carabao or whoever it is, they're just, and then trying to get Premier League to change it, but again,
I think it's too much. I think Carabao Cup should only be available to teams potentially in the Championship and lower.
Or maybe, and then Premier League teams get to put their EDS in it.
Yeah, I'll just say the teams that got promoted in the Championship are allowed in it, and everyone else in the below, obviously in Championship and below, because obviously it's good for the teams that are not obviously as successful to be allowed. I don't think it should be a thing for teams up in the Prem.
But Kaz, then wouldn't you say that what a good thing? Because the one thing we would say is often the Carabao, some of our younger players get to have a run out, and we get to see them, and they get to their opportunity to kind of prove themselves. But then you could say, you know what, to allow that, you don't need all Premier League teams, EDS teams, so they're under 23s get to play in it, so they get to showcase themselves.
They already have the under 21s for like Arsenal, Man City.
But I mean,
the Checker Trade Trophy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I didn't know
Arsenal,
that.
So there's a Checker Trade Trophy which the under 21s or under 23s, whatever, they play in that checker. So they will play against like Chesterfield and
I didn't know that.
You've got a Papa John's Trophy.
Papa John's Trophy.
The Papa John's Trophy.
All right,
Domino's and pizza.
Deji should be here in any moment as well. But yeah, man, I want to dive straight into the game. Let's dive straight into it.
Which game?
Well, there's only one game. Welcome, man. This is your
not
time.
Worried, Cass. Palace. Not worried.
Well, I don't want to talk about.
My Palace were the same since Zaha left as well. Man, I can't lie. I wanted Palace to do something in the Carabao Cup, and big up Roy Hodgson, but I can't lie, he ain't it still. And they didn't invest. Elise is still injured. He came back training and he got injured again. I was a bit disappointed because I really want to see him play. this season. But yeah, I can't like Palace ain't really doing.
All right, stop deflecting. Welcome. You're playing Tottenham tomorrow.
True,
What you
true.
saying?
That's true. No doubt. Bro, I can't lie. These games are booky for me, man. I can't lie. These Tottenham games are just always this cagey sort of games, high line, goal scoring games. I'm not a big fan. Like
You better them. You beat them like the last 13 times.
No. We beat them twice last season, and then the
season before you drew both times.
You remember, I was going in for the league, and then obviously Diaz came back and so forth. It's such those type of games. It's weird. I know Son, Maddison, and I was saying it on my sort of match preview. See, Ange, I don't think there's no expectation for him. If he wins, it's great. If he draws, it's a point. And if he loses, it's like, well, we played Liverpool, who's really good at the moment. So at the moment, I think, and that's even more scarier than Klopp, who has the whole idea of you're going to a game thinking you're looking good, your title contenders potentially, you should go into this game for a win. I think for Ange, and I can see Ange pulling out something out of the bag. Because I did say, remember I was saying before the Arsenal game, I said Tottenham is here to play football. Before the Arsenal game, I was saying it on Never Apart. I was saying it, Lee. I was saying that Tottenham's football right now is looking nice. The atmosphere is looking nice. And these little small details influence the game of football sometimes. So I can see Ange doing something completely crazy that will stun Klopp and be like, you see Klopp on the touchline like this.
Oh, no, Klopp would just blame someone else's.
I will say though, like Liverpool, I feel like you've got a much better chance than what you're giving yourself. I feel like, listen, ultimately, whether Tottenham played well or not last week, which they did, I gave them all the credit. You know, I feel like they came to the Emirates and they played their football. We're missing 4 or 5 starters, man. And ultimately, with what Liverpool have, they should be able to negate anything that Spurs have. I think the only problem that you will come up against is, and I said this to Monts earlier, I think Basuma against McAllister is going to be spooky. Ooh. And it's only going to be spooky for one team. And I think McAllister's not going to have much that he can do against what Basuma is going to bring to the table. But I think other than that, I think ultimately, if you don't walk away with a win, I'm not too sure where you go in terms of like your overall credentials, because you should be going to Spurs. Listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's 6 games. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They've played excellently in those about 4 of them. 2 of them have been a little bit up and down, but at the same time, let's not go crazy. Can we not forget who Romero is? Can we not forget who Pedro Porro is? Come on. And I'm not, my thing is, I don't want to sit here and discredit. And Deji, you can shake your head all you like.
I'm shaking my head. Bruv.
Shake, Deji, you can shake your head all you like. But it was only about 4 months ago, you sat on this very channel and you told me you mapped out your route to the Champions League final. This is the person I have to deal with. So, Deji, can I now not sit here and say that what you're going to say to me is a little bit invalid when you come here with your rhetoric? If you're going to come here and talk football, which is good, I'm okay. So don't come here and tell me that you're this. Wait, hold on, no. Don't come here and tell me. Don't come here and tell me that you're the Harlem Globe. Wait, hold on. Don't come here and tell me you're the Harlem Globetrotters after 6 games, because last season, after 13 games, after 19 games, everybody was still discrediting Arsenal. So can I not, after 6 games, Deji, even after the World Cup, I was on your show with Kunle, and you were still discrediting. We're still not going to do this, shaking our bums for this. What you kept saying, everyone shaking
violently.
That's what you kept saying. So now, can I'm not doing a tit for tat thing. All I'm saying to you is, can I not have my feeling of what you did last season, which you finished 8th, but some of the same players that are still there, you're going to tell me that Ange Ball is this amazing, whatever. But now, can I sit here and I'm just talking about the same types of players.
Okay.
The players that you've got, some of them aren't this, proficient team. And I think Liverpool have got a lot for you. I feel like they do.
All right, cool. So the bit that I'm surprised, bro, have you been away?
Have I been away?
Were you on holiday or something? Were you doing like one of them retreats? Like our Wesker or something. You know them retreats where you didn't have your cell phone or something.
I
You know, one
always-
of those retreats. I'm just asking.
You know what though?
The way you're on this show pumping your chest, I went
Soho Farm, bro. You listen, if you want to go,
I'm asking a question. I'm
I
not
went Soho Farm, bro. It was lively, bro. So
Wait, Deji, you top some back to front, by the way, bro.
Bro, I know. I need people to see Wagwan. That's why my top back to front. Deji Spurs. Bro, why was your like that last season? Let me just say drop a couple of lines real quick.
Will it be like that Sunday?
I would understand your comments if Tottenham hadn't played your club. But why are you talking about last season when we played your club last week? Let's just talk about last week.
I gave you all the credit.
We went to your ground.
This
We
guy's
had
cold.
more ball possession. And really and truly, if you deep it, you could have lost.
I said
What
all of
happened
this.
to your chest? You're telling me about last season. How about last week? Where were you, bro? Played you off the park in your yard.
Deji, wait, pause. Okay, I heard about the Arsenal thing. That's kind of past. Do you think you can play like that against Liverpool?
Of course.
So do you go for
let's be
Spurs
real.
win?
Let's
Do you go for Spurs win? I just want to hear that
let
first.
me break down.
Spurs are taking over the world in his head, bro. How do you mean?
Break down your team, please, bro.
Is Spurs going to win this game?
Bruv, we're gonna pop you about, bruv. We're gonna pop you about. Why are you acting silly?
I don't know why.
Let me explain why.
Go on. I'm backing it.
You know that your defender Kanate is very shaky. Don't be silly and don't pretend like he's not
against
shaky.
Tottenham. He does well.
That guy is so shaky.
Don't do that, Deji. Don't do that.
Cass and the Mandem are organising a football thing at Wolverhampton Stadium. Yeah. If I'm playing up front and I saw Kanate, I would say it's on. Me and I ain't kick ball in 10
Can I just
years.
ask you, Deji?
Yeah?
Okay, no, Deji, this is serious. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to football for 1 second.
All right, go on.
When you give this context about Kanate and you give this context about whoever else that you may not like or you find inferior for Liverpool, when I do it or when anyone else does it for your keeper who you had doubts over, Romero, Pedro, the fact that Basuma's doing well, but it's only been 6 games. Can we not talk about, wait, hold on. When we talk about Son, who people were saying that he needs to be sold now because he's 31, he's over the hill, his legs are gone. When people talk about your players, you believe that nobody's right, everybody's not talking with context. But when you talk about Kanate, who I believe is one of the best under 22, 23 centre backs in the world, he's a very, very good centre back, but who has got his moments. You give them all the flack, but when I talk about Romero and I give you reasons and I give you facts and I give you solid hard stats, you discredit that because you keep mentioning it. You discredit it because you talk about one manager, you talk about one or two managers that were there, or the fact that they were playing their football, whatever it is, and that's why he was so bad. But you don't do that for anybody else. You don't.
Yeah, but the reason why is because you know what you're doing, and what I don't like what you do is that you do this thing like you weren't acknowledging the Conte factor, because Basuma, you're trying to. I reminded you last, and I remind you again. Basuma last game for Brighton at your ground, he slapped.
But what about the Kanate factor?
Injuries.
What about the injuries for Kanate? That's a factor, right?
It is a factor. All I'm
why
saying
don't you
is
mention
that
that?
Kanate's got a mistake in him. Yeah.
But so does Romero.
Robertson ain't the same, and Van Dijk ain't the same.
But so does Romero.
Yeah,
and
but
so
they also hold on.
Even that makeshift defense, Deji. Even that makeshift defense, you cannot. Van Dijk's not the same. We haven't conceded more than 1 goal. Yeah. So we're still unbeaten so far, and we had Fonzo at centre back.
Sorry, can I throw something in there?
Joe was playing well as well.
So can I throw one thing in there as well? Sample size, right? We're talking about Kanate. We're talking sample sizes. Deji, you're talking 6 games. It's 6 game sample size, bro. Romero is a Rolls Royce out after 23 games, bro.
Can I just be real though? On this channel, 6 games in is when I coined the whole idea of last season. Could Arsenal be doing a Leicester in disguise? Because you can see something. You can see that this ain't the same Tottenham team. So I hear what you're saying. I'm not shaking my bum just yet, but with the way
you're
that
practicing, you're doing the squats and that.
I've never seen, and Connolly, you know this. Have you ever seen Tottenham outball your club?
I mean, maybe under Pochettino once or twice.
Once or twice, but not more. Not we never had more ball
I'll
possession
be
under
honest.
Poch.
I'll be honest. In the way you did it in Spurs, I would say no. But what I am going to do is, again, I'm giving you context. And nobody can say I haven't. I've given you all the flowers. I've said that you was excellent last season. I thought that you played better than what I expected. I think that people. Again, listen, he's my guy, Egal. I watched the show last week. He didn't give you no credit.
Yeah.
He didn't give you. I've given you all the. I thought you were excellent after the 30th minute until the end, and I'm actually a little bit disappointed that you took off Son and you took off Maddison. But what I am going to do is give you context that if I believe if we had Declan Rice and Partey and we had our latest Martinelli or Trossard, it wouldn't have been the same game. So this is where I'm trying to give you a little bit more context.
That's calm.
Okay, look,
That's calm.
To give you look. You deserve to win. I would
All
give
right,
you
can
that.
I give you some
feel like
context for the Liverpool
what
one?
I liked about you
That's
guys,
fair.
what I liked about you guys is the fact that
Um,
you opened us. We didn't open you pretty much once by ourselves. You were coming down the channels and you were doing excellent stuff. I think my whole thing is gone. We had to play better than us. Whereas for us, we were relying on you guys to, to make the mistakes and press and etc., which is another type of way to win a game. So I'm giving you the credit, but I'm just saying, please.
Can I give you some context? I hear that.
Can I give you the context that you give everyone?
Yeah, I'll give you this context, and banter aside, no joke. Every time we play Liverpool, I'm probably a lot more fearful than the actual game. What do I mean by that? When you look back at the last 3 or 4 seasons, you have to say that Tottenham have been unlucky not to get something from them games. My bro, Liverpool fan, if it wasn't from that dusty mistake by Lucas Moura, we draw that game. Simple as, that. Richarlison scores, it's a draw.
Well,
and actually,
Richarlison wouldn't have
if you
scored, to be
remember
fair.
that game, Tottenham actually played quite well. Even when you lot came to White Hart Lane under Conte, we were 2-0 down and we brought it back to 2-2.
Yeah.
There was only going to be one winner in that game. And that was my club. So what I'm trying to say is that Tottenham, when you hear Tottenham-Liverpool, most of the time, I would actually argue Spurs have been unlucky. Liverpool don't slap up Tottenham. Let's be real.
Do you know what?
Don't slap us up, get the result.
Do you know what I'll say as well? Because I always remember, not last season, the season before, when we were in a title race for Liverpool, I only watched Liverpool twice, because I didn't like watching them because it's a bit like they've been this season where they go 1-0 down, but I already know it's going to end 3-1. And so I don't want to watch my rivals win. I just don't like doing that, But I happened to watch the Tottenham game earlier in the season where it was a 5:30 kickoff, I think, around Christmas time, about the 28th of December. And you drew, was that the 2-2?
That was the 2-2,
right.
Yeah.
And that game was actually open really good. And I remember back end of the season, as it was getting into the business end, I saw Tottenham had Liverpool and I thought, hold on, last time I watched this, the result went well. And again, you were right. You were good that day as well. So, but it's different now. This is a thing that this is where it's interesting because last week, what you did, Postecoglou had a choice, right? It was either revert back to the low block because you're at the Emirates and that's the way people play to try and, or you play his style of football, right? He played his style of football and it worked peach. Look, it was only a draw, but look, your record at the Emirates is not great. So that's a great point. If we go Anfield and we get a draw, I'm happy with it because our record there is not good. So I just think that with this Klopp team, it's if you try and play that style of football against this Klopp team, you're really playing into that. And I'll be honest, I get when we play Liverpool, sometimes we have to be cautious of that's what they want. They want you to play your football against them. They want that.
I disagree. Arsenal like to press.
Yeah.
And to a degree, it did work in the first half, but then also Liverpool like to press now. Again, the difference is, I was going to say one person before I do the super chats, Basuma. That's the difference. They don't have a controller in the middle of their field. Yes, they got McAllister, but he's not natural in the middle type 6. Unless he was playing the 8, it might be a different story. Endo could have a really good game if he starts, or whoever starts in DM, Curtis Jones. But Basuma is the difference. They're at home. And I feel like the way I saw Spurs cut open Arsenal in moments is the same way I've seen gaps in Liverpool's back line and midfield that could open up. Does it mean they're going to score those Spurs? Maybe, maybe not. But you can't say, even though Liverpool, right, even though Liverpool haven't conceded as many goals, look at the chances they have conceded.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give an
But
example.
they've also look at the
Before we
amount
do
of
the
goals
super
they've
chat-
scored as well.
Exactly,
And that's the
Daps,
thing.
yeah. But I'm going to give one
argument.
example before we do the super chats. One example. The Newcastle and Liverpool game. Liverpool tried to press from the first minute and they didn't succeed. Newcastle still had 60% possession, even before the red card or whatever. It was 60% possession for Newcastle. And I believe that Spurs have a better midfield than Newcastle. Miles away, actually. I believe technically they're
Best
miles
three.
away.
As in their current three, yeah.
Like Bissouma is for me is miles better than Ruben Mar, especially this season. The difference is Ange Postecoglou gonna trust you, Doggy and Pedro Porro, to defend Luis Diaz and Mo Salah?
That's the problem.
I mean, Ainori did.
That's a massive problem.
Yeah, but only for a certain time.
There are evidence that
Louis
you can
pocketed him,
defend them one-on-one.
He did. So.
There are evidence that you can defend them one-on-one. But I believe that Saka is better than Salah. Luis Diaz is better. And again, Ange Postecoglou can say, you know what, we'll try to double down on Mo Salah. And if they do that, they win the midfield battle. I'm not seeing Liverpool winning the game. I see them. I think
they got to have Nunes. Let the centre backs have the ball and just target.
Let
Nunes.
Old school Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, they won't outscore Liverpool. I actually don't believe, because I don't believe everybody can talk about the midfield of Spurs. They have a bomb of a forward, which is Richarlison. If he doesn't play, Solomon is good. Solomon and Brennan Johnson are in top notch, in my opinion. He's good. But he's not top notch. Like he's still.
Well, he's not Salah. He's not Diaz.
Exactly.
He's not Nunes. And to be fair with you, he's not Nunes as well, because Nunes for me as well is cooking this season. Well, me and Cass think I get it. You don't. Me and Cass think Nunes is cooking.
Yes, fine. But I think they can play Nunes on the counter attack. But the thing about it, you need to get the ball off Spurs. And it's good that Spurs made these mistakes against Arsenal. They didn't make it against Liverpool. And Postecoglou will learn. People are going to learn from the mistakes. I think Spurs have a chance of winning the game. This notion of people saying 4-1, and I have seen it from 4-1, 3-1, and Spurs don't have a chance.
You know the story behind the 3-1,
Have we not learned?
Mo, you know why everyone's saying 3-1 in it, though? There's a very clear that there's a pattern right now with Liverpool, and this 3-1 is a pattern. That's why everyone's saying 3-1.
And I feel like when you look at it logically, right? I think 3-1, I said 3-1, but I don't think it was going to be an easy one. I said that we'll pay. I said last week we would beat Spurs 3-1, but it's not going to be the 3-1 on paper. It will be a more difficult game.
Yeah,
I did say that would be. Yeah, I'm not going to hide away from that, but I didn't make it out that we were going to. Well, I mean, obviously a bit of fighting talk, but I thought logically.
You didn't get that far, to be fairly.
Well, yeah.
Logically, now you watch the game.
But when we go back, when we talk about Liverpool, I think Liverpool should be coming with a bit more chest. I feel like Liverpool have these things, and I think when you look at it, let's be frank. If you put Salah, even if you put Nunes in Jesus's position, you get a better result than what Arsenal do, because logic says Jesus is a shit finisher. He makes the hard things look easy, and he makes the easy things look hard. And ultimately, is Salah better than Saka? Yes, he is. I've said over and over again. I don't rate Kane. I never did. But I feel like Mo Salah is the best finisher. You didn't rate
Salah last season, though.
Mo Salah. I said Mo Salah. I've always said Mo Salah is the best finisher for me in the Premier League. When you look at Mo Salah's finishes, he's the best finisher in the league. There's nothing you can tell me that there's no one.
Probably the best African player to touch down in the Premier League.
I love Yaya Toure. You love Yaya Toure.
The thing is, sorry, the one thing I'd say.
I want to just respond to Lee. Lee, hold on. You just watched the Arsenal Spurs game. If you watch this game and you're playing another game, same game again, what would be your prediction for the game?
If I said, say that again.
You just watched Arsenal play Spurs. What would your prediction be if you're watching the game again? You'll have the same game, re-game again next week. What would your prediction be?
Ooh.
Well, I would
with the injuries or without them.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, with the injuries or without the injuries.
Same lineup.
They're losing with the current injuries, bro. They're getting smoked off the pitch.
I would still say, I'd probably think we're going to beat them because we could have gone 2-0 up. Like it's all about optics, right? Like it's all about optics. Ultimately, we were better than them in the first 30 minutes, which I've admitted. I said that they were better over the course of the rest of the game, which ultimately adds to more. But at the end of the day, I would still think that I'm going to beat them, because why would I not? We're at home. We don't draw. We always beat them. Yeah. So like I've faced harder teams that Spurs have had, and we've beaten them. And the last point
with lesser Arsenal teams as well.
Yeah, with lesser Arsenal teams. And then I think for me, logic says, as I said, we did go 1-0 up and we did go 2-1 up. Like we're not this pony team. We did lose another 2 players in the match that are probably our best 2 players other than Jesus. So all things considered, we're not just like, which I know that you keep saying, Mo, we're not this pony team that like are just there for no reason. Like we are a good team and we're down to the bare bones, which I'm not making excuses for. I'm just giving context. That's all I'm doing.
It's a reason.
It's literally just context.
Yeah. Over 850 of you here, so hit that like button. Underneath the live chat, it's embarrassing, people. It's not even on 200 likes. It's embarrassing, to be honest. The like button look like thumbs up. If you don't know, close your live chat, hit that like button, making sure it's highlighted, and then come back and chat with us.
Then come back. Don't go nowhere.
Don't go
anywhere.
Super chats.
Don't go anywhere.
Bex is saying, hate to say it, but Pool will nick a 2-1 nil.
I think that
maybe
fair. I like that, Deji.
Liverpool's Mohamed Salah replacement threads interest in 60 million for Borussia Dortmund star Marlon in January. Cass has been screaming for that when Salah leaves for AFCON.
Oh God, let's leave this transfer talk for December. December, please wait till December. Please.
See Marlon, yeah, he's not a right winger. He's not a right winger. No. Oh baby, no. No.
Okay, Star Lord member for 3 months is saying Tottenham and Arsenal will fall in March, but not Liverpool.
Well, salute Star Lord. Been here for time.
Ahmed Sulaiman, big up the panel, great show, and Ahmed as well gifted 5 memberships. So if you become a member now, thanks to Ahmed Sulaiman, who just gifted 5 memberships for the people.
Soon there's just going to be memberships sat there waiting for subscribers because there's so many members. I swear down.
Yeah, man. You can see the benefits if you check the community post. So if you are a member, then there you go.
Are there any more supers, or can I?
No, you can go ahead.
So for me, last week, there was a lot of talking point, predominantly because Mo, you love Maddison, and you were really backing Maddison going into the game. So there was Maddison, Odegaard, and many other people were. So this Maddison Odegaard talk. Do you know what? It's an even bigger one. It's an even bigger one right now. It should be Maddison, Szoboszlai. Like
that is transfers.
And
I actually don't think that it's Maddison. At this season, it's Maddison Salah. It's not Maddison Szoboszlai.
No,
Szoboszlai isn't on Maddison's level.
Bo, hold on. Come on, Bo. For me personally, if we want to,
I'm talking honestly.
We're talking transfers, we're talking new signings, we're talking impact, landing the game. You're comparing to Mo Salah. For me, Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, and probably third behind them might be maybe Harry Kane, are 3 players that for me have got to a point where they're the bar in it now. Like they're the bar.
Yeah.
So and also I think Szoboszlai is more of a direct comparison to Maddison. They're more like impact players from the middle. Like I think those 2 could be the game changers. I think for me, I think Szoboszlai's been that guy for Liverpool, and Maddison has been that guy for Tottenham. And it's which one will step up again. Last week, Maddison stepped up. Szoboszlai has stepped up the last however many weeks, right? He's on fire. And it's which one. Look, if Maddison grabs the headlines again, then
I tell you,
it's mad.
I tell you, my biggest fan. I kind of agree. I think those 2 players have been cooking.
The best signings for me. The best 2 signings.
Best signings and the best players so far. The issue with Spurs is that our strength is also our weakness. For me, prior to the Arsenal game, I would have told you that Tottenham have been playing with 8 men. Kulusevski's been non-existent. Son's been non-existent. Richarlison's been non-existent. However, I will say that Son and Kulusevski had a better game against Arsenal, their best games of the season so far. Tomorrow's game is dependent on our front 3. If our front 3 turn up, it could be very, very long for Liverpool, because that high line is exactly what we want. I agree with Cass. We want you to press us. We want to be under pressure. That's Basuma's job. We thread the ball forward. It's long. Van Dijk can't run like he used to, and Konate, like I said before, has got a mistake in him. I don't need to discuss
Van Dijk's
Trent,
back, isn't he?
and
Van
I
Dijk's
don't
back.
need to discuss Robertson.
back
The
as
only
well.
person is Alisson, and Son's good enough to bang goals.
So
However,
Van
can
Dijk's
Tottenham stop the front three of Liverpool, Diaz against Porro? That's where the weak link is. I actually think your doggy could pattern Salah. Strangely, I think if he just puts weights on him and just leans on him and says, "You're not going nowhere," we could pattern Salah. But I don't think Diaz can
Lean
be
on
stopped.
him.
That's my biggest
It's
thing.
different if Klopp has a game plan because Szoboszlai, see, Salah's been tucking in next to Nunes. So Szoboszlai goes into that right flank and be that extra man on that right flank could cause a problem. But like I said, Szoboszlai's been playing with like 3 different sort of positions and he can be on that right. So Salah might know, okay, this Udoga guy might be onto man. So let me just tuck in. Let me cause that Mickey, a lot of problems alongside Nunes as well. Because I've seen that we've done that tactical change. And Deji, you have not won against Liverpool at your ground, right?
Well, the last time we beat you was 5-1, I think.
No, you know how long ago that was? That was about
2017.
Welcome.
He says we haven't won.
Give us some of them ones, please. Give us some of them.
No, long time. Listen, and I hear you about your front three, yeah? But even you don't have anyone from the bench. So what? If Nunes ain't cutting it, Jota's coming on. We got Gakpo, we got Diaz, we got a makeshift front three, and I think McAllister as well. You say by the high line. I know we're gonna concede some chances, but I trust Ali. You feel me? And I trust Van Dijk and I trust Konate. That 2-2 draw that we had, that 2-1 that we won against on your ground, Konate bossed Harry Kane, bossed him. So, and Konate usually plays this type of games. He's revved up against Tottenham. He usually pulls up these strings. Usually Van Dijk is usually causing the errors and stuff like that.
Do you trust Van Dijk still?
Me, for what has happened, I'm still gonna trust Van Dijk because it's still Van Dijk. I know his legs are not the same. I understand that, you feel me? But for what Van Dijk is, I'm happy with that. You feel me?
And you want Trent to come straight back in as well.
Do you know
to
what?
face
Trent,
Son. Face Son.
No, I think Trent. I think we'll do that midfield thing. I think we're gonna try to do that.
Will it be Solomon?
We're gonna try that possession football thing. Deji, I know you're talking about Basuma, but that Sarr kid as well. You're forgetting about him. I think
Sarr is the baller. He's
our baller. No, I rate him. See our midfield, yeah. We're cooking, and there's one person I want to mention: Curtis Jones. Last season, 4-3 at Anfield, Curtis Jones was balling out. And this season, I'm not talking about just Tottenham game. See Curtis Jones this season, from the back end from last season, I've spoken on my channel, bro, this guy is the only person that progresses the ball, picks up the ball. He's not good on the eye, but he keeps the ball, gets in the right position to be that extra man to collect those passes. And I know Tottenham, they start getting a bit faded. What's going on here? What's going on in? That overload for your back line. And remember, we were prone to giving mistakes. We will pepper your keeper, bro. Because we will get chances. We will give you chances.
No, you will definitely get chances.
On the other end, I trust Liverpool to be like, right, let's get a couple chances. Let's get the football flowing. And I trust my manager on the touchline. If things ain't working out, well, we came back from Newcastle.
I like this Liverpool chest is back still. The Liverpool chest is growing.
I have it done right now, yeah. With my gaffer right now, to make the right changes. All right, this is not working out. Let me chop and change. You feel me? So I trust that Liverpool can go and get a win. If a draw is a draw, it is what it is. But you talk about, Basuma and so forth. Fair enough. Maddison, fair enough. But see what we're doing right now with Liverpool? You can't come with chest like this. I think you should come on a humble thing. If you win, then you have all the smoke for it. You have all the smoke. I'll be right here to say, cool. But you can't come. You have not won on this ground.
Bro, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just looking at my team, and we outplayed. Prior to last week, Arsenal's midfield was
me and Arsenal in conversation.
I know, but I just want to put into context, innit? Because
you got a trophy for that, innit? That's your trophy this season, fully.
About context, and prior to last week, they were the second best midfield in the land. Let's just be real. That's Arsenal, and they got bodied last week. Do you get what I'm saying? And I can't lie. Basuma and Pape Sarr up against McAllister and Curtis Jones. I don't even need to say much. I don't even need to say much. Where you're cooking is your attack.
You know what something. You know what? There's a flaw in this, and I've clocked it. And Welcome highlighted it. Your left winger don't like tracking back because that's down to Ange tactics, right? Szoboszlai could also get close to someone like Salah, as he said. That's where Udogie gets kind of isolated, where that could be your real weakness down that pot. You do get what I'm saying? So,
it's a deliberate tactic because
I know it is. Also come forward. There's a chink in the armor right there, and that's probably the most dangerous people in the Premier League.
Yeah,
right now.
bro, that's the thing. There can be deliberate tactics. I totally get that. Yeah, but when you're playing against Salah and Szoboszlai, yeah. It's a risk. It's a big risk, bro.
Remember the three last season? Sorry, Deji, before you landed, see that right hand side? It was Henderson, Trent, and Salah. They have that little sort of connection.
Yeah.
Even when Elliot started at your ground, when Elliot started, Salah and Trent was playing that little three. So Elliot will tuck in on that right hand side. And then you got Trent and Salah, that Trent behind Salah, and he's more tucking in alongside Nunes. That will cause damage.
Do you know,
like you said, Brendan Johnson, are you going to start him probably? Do you think he's going to start?
No, he's injured, so he's not playing the game tomorrow.
Sorry, is that something that maybe will be interesting to see, that we haven't really seen too much this season so far? We've seen Szoboszlai cook, we know what Salah does, but when you mentioned Trent back in the mixer, right, is this going to be a new triangle down the right-hand side? Because we haven't really seen Trent with them too tough. I think very start of the season, but, that was a completely new midfield. So I think it will be interesting. I just think...
Trent's not fine.
That's what I was going to say. Trent, I don't think you play him tomorrow because it's too early for this type of game. I don't think... He's been out for, what, probably 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
To just bring him back in, first game, Spurs away.
He's going to get murdered, mate.
Yeah, I don't know,
think, though, like, when you look at, like, the deficiencies of both teams, I just think just about Spurs have a few more. When you look at, like, the Sar, Sar's, and again, my thing is as well, it's very hard to discredit Spurs because Spurs are where Arsenal were 2 seasons ago, or even last season, where nobody rated our squad, nobody rated our team, nobody rated the manager, and they just kept winning, and we kept winning, and they winning and winning. So I'm not even going to sit here and tell them that Sar's not good, because people kept saying that Ben White's not good, and they still say Ben's not right. And they keep saying that Ramsdale's not good. So I'm not going to sit here and keep saying that. But what I will say is, on the face of it,
I think Punch is good.
Do I think Sar's going to be able to put the? I'm just ignoring him. Do I feel like Sar's going to be able to kind of do what he does every week in and week out against some of the top players? Not really, no. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're wrong, because ultimately, like you're backing your team and you're backing your players. But I just think that Liverpool aren't stupid. Liverpool aren't going to play into your hands the way you want them to. I think Trent should play as well. I feel like Trent, the kind of balls that he can put over the top.
Balls.
Is that what you're meaning, Deji?
Yeah, as in Punch and Judy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard Milky barking. I've never heard Punch before.
He does look like Punch. I'm not gonna lie,
bro, the minute you said it, I thought about it.
I'm just ignoring you. That's why
I think it's all about the media. It's all about the media, to be honest. Szoboszlai is a very good player, fantastic.
I think
player.
you're right.
But at the end, sorry, Deji. At the end, Pepe Sarr is young and everything. Szoboszlai is young. He is being given license to go forward, and at the end, he has 1 GA. He provides a lot on the pitch, runs a lot on everything. But Pepe Sarr, people just want to underestimate him because he runs around, puts in tackle. He has 2 GA.
That's underrated. That's
so
underrated.
Exactly. His output is better than Szoboszlai. This is fact. This is a fact. Okay. Szoboszlai on the eye. Szoboszlai. Okay, hold on. Go check it. Yeah, go check it. Szoboszlai on the eye looks absolutely fantastic. But Szoboszlai plays with Mo Salah, Jota, Gakpo, McAllister, Diaz. Plays with superstars, right? He is very good. I am not taking this Pepe Sarr is just an average. Over 6 games, which is a small sample, I'm going to compare Szoboszlai over 6 games, which is a small sample. I think they've both been good. Szoboszlai look better on the eye because Sarr defends more than going forward. But I'm not.
No, but the thing is, what you discredit though, Mo, is when you look at Szoboszlai, he's doing a lot more work because ultimately
than just GA. Yeah,
he's having to win the ball back. He's having to help with the defensive stuff. He's having to go forward. He's done it at a European club. in the Champions League. He's captain for his national team at, I believe, the age of 21, 22, similar to Odegaard. So when you look at the intangibles and the tangible, you know, things you can look at with the guy, you look at him and think, and I said this to Daps, on with Saeed the other day. I'm not, again, I didn't know what Szoboszlai was like before I even.
Yeah, me neither.
So I'm not going to sit here and, you know, start, you know, crying him the new Hungarian Steven Gerrard. But I'm also going to say both players look good. But if you're asking me to put £20 on who's going to have a more successful season, who's going to dominate the game, I'm putting my money on Szoboszlai because I saw him against Wolves. The first half, he was shocking. But you know what? He wins the ball back. He goes back after he's passing. In the second half, he linked up so wonderfully well with Luis Diaz. And fair credit to what's his name, the striker, the Uruguayan guy, I can't remember his name. Nunes. Like he linked up nicely with him. So for me, I'm not going to sit here.
You're going to hurt Mo. You've just hurt Mo. Well done.
No, but it's one of them ones where Sarr can step up in the game and he can, you know, not get the GA or nothing, but be a workhorse and it end up going, do you know what? Yeah, Tottenham just locked up and whatever. Or will Szoboszlai step up and score a winner, right? And if we're looking at it so far on who's done what, Szoboszlai has stepped up with winners for Liverpool so far. So, like,
he scored 1 goal. He had no assist. He scored 1 goal. The whole season, he scored 1 goal in the Premier League.
Same as Sarr scored 1 goal.
Hold on.
Szoboszlai
in the Premier League.
Has
in the Premier League,
goal in 6 games.
In the Premier League. In the Premier League. But then,
but you know what is? This is what I mean about see, get the stats out the damn window.
Use your eyes.
That's why I said
real
on
talk,
the eye. That's why I said
man.
on the eye, Szoboszlai look good on the eye. But people want to say, but Sarr defending more.
No, I'm not knocking Sarr neither. Who actually knocked Sarr?
No, but I can't lie, Mo. I think you're
Sarr
catching
defends more.
But
who knocked Sarr? Who knocked
We
Sarr?
don't have a 6. So they're doing extra more work. That's why the whole conversation is, what would Liverpool do with a 6? If you don't have Szoboszlai and McAllister trying to track back, obviously, even though they've done okay so far, and this will be a big test against the Tottenham side, where could they do those sort of jobs and still press and get on the other side to attack the other side? But Szoboszlai and McAllister have been tracking back really well, bro. I saw Szoboszlai in a right back role, and I could tracking back his man as well.
I said this in the summer, you know. I said this guy is the engine, bro.
He's got energy, bro. His stamina's off the roof, bro. On a league test, he's probably winning that.
Good to see him against Stars.
And again,
can I say one thing as well? Actually, you know what? Let you lead because I got on with.
No, you go, bro.
Because I was going to direct it off to another player, but if you got something to say on Szoboszlai, you might finish.
Well, no, I was actually going to talk about McAllister and say, listen, again, he's not going to be able to dominate against Basuma, but he just needs that 1 minute of quality. Look at the goal that they scored last season. Linked just a beautiful ball over the top for Nunes, and again. I'm not discrediting Romero. I don't rate him, but he's looking a lot better. But he has these moments, and the one switch off that he has, I know what can happen, and that moment can lead to a goal. Because more time when he makes a mistake, at least when Saliba makes a mistake, I'm not worried that there's going to be a goal because I know he can get back and he makes a great tackle. A la when we played against Crystal Palace. When Romero makes a mistake, I'm more thinking shit, it's gonna go to a goal. When bloody Ramsdale, when people say the same thing for Ramsdale, when he makes a mistake, people think it's gonna lead to a goal.
You about to cry there.
No, man, it's just I just feel like when you look at certain players, you have to be very honest and say, look, like certain players,
I think he was
know what they are, like you know what they are. And
big up Saint, man. Big up Saint. Long time.
Yes, Saint. Fucking hell, I ain't seen
Saint, bro. He owes me a t-shirt. He owes me an Arsenal t-shirt, bro. Let
me do some of these quickly. Because I feel like we put a lot of respect on one player, but there's everything we've said there's been more moments for another player, if we're being totally honest. Enigma says, Deji, your midfield only outplayed Odegaard, Havertz, and Jorginho. Well, I think they coped even when Declan Rice was on the pitch.
We coped more than coped.
Anyways, all this gas by drawing to depleted AFC Arsenal. Mo will regret disrespecting Arsenal last week. Mohammed says Dom drew a penalty and one of Jota goal off his shot. It means Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai drew a penalty and one of the Jota goals off one of it.
The dive. Listen, people talk like this, and I'm knocking Szoboszlai. I am actually saying he's a very good player. He's an amazing player. I'm just saying I'm not
No, the world's
taking
black.
that Sar thing. Like me saying Sar is good doesn't mean I'm saying Szoboszlai isn't good.
Mo, listen, we live in a world now, unfortunately, the world is black and white, yeah, and it's literally like this since the Newcastle game. If as a City fan, I defend Grealish and go, chill out, one game, right? To other City fans, they're like, oh, you're anti-Doku. I'm like, what? And I'm not lying. This is a real thing that literally at City at the moment, you're either Team Grealish or Team Doku. I'm like, well, Doku can actually play on the right. I'd rather see both of them. But like, it's mad, bro. You can't have conversations without it being that you're taking one person's side. That's what I was saying about Sarr, because I didn't think anyone actually discredited Sarr. We were just saying
he's a baller.
Like, yeah.
But also, there's a thing about...
One sec, Deji. Let me run some likes as well. It says, Marvin says, I'm convinced Mo watches the back of his TV. I mean, he does have like 6-7 TVs of screens at one time.
Yeah, he does, to be fair.
So I'm sure one of them is at the back.
Pretty sure one of them. Yeah.
So that means he's a jack. So basically... So Cass, you watch Man United like this, yeah? I watch City like this. Lee watches Arsenal like this. Deji watches Arsenal like this. Welcome watches Liverpool like this. Mo is a jack of all trades, master of none.
He's a comedian, isn't it?
Like he's like this, flicking all over the place. So mixes stuff everywhere because he doesn't watch one game.
Yeah. I was gonna say quickly as well, guys. There's over 900 of you in here. Make sure you smash the like button. Just a quick reminder: it takes a second to click the thumb. You know, like Mo asked a lot earlier. I'm asking you now, if you don't mind, just double check, because you can push us out to new subscribers, meaning new subscribers for the bottom 3 with their channels in the pinned and in the description as well. Make sure you get these people to over 1K, 2K, 3K. You lot can do it.
I've got a quick question though.
Oh, you got a question? Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, first of all, big up to Mo. You know, because Lee likes to do this kind of context thing. And, you know, Lee talks about optics. And I can see that a lot of his kind of stuff that he's been sharing with us is a mixture of football and it's a mixture of optics. So I want to ask you a legit question. You and welcome. If Tottenham beat Liverpool tomorrow,
oh God's sake,
then what?
More respect.
Go on.
If Tottenham beat your club, welcome tomorrow, then what?
Nothing.
What's it gonna take? No, I want to know what's it gonna take for you to put some respect on my team's name, Lee. Speak up now, because I need to know what one, so I know I'm dealing with you tomorrow evening.
Firstly, I've given Spurs all the credit they deserve, and there's nobody that can tell me otherwise. I've given more than enough credit, and I don't know how many more times I can say that I feel like you played well, you should have won the game. Secondly, being in your position only less than 12 months ago, I don't feel like you should want any more credit than you've already got, because all you're going to do is put the hounds on you. So I feel like you should just carry on the way you're doing, because as I said, after 19 games, the last game we played before the World Cup was Wolves away, and we won 1-0. I think of Fabio Vieira assist and the Odegaard goal.
And you got 50 points, right?
We got 50 points.
Yeah.
I think 56 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you know what everyone kept saying to me? Get to February, because it's only 19 games. So if everyone's saying that to me last season, brother, after 7 games, I don't know what more you want, bro. If you want me to tell you something that you don't like,
I was going to say something.
I don't get it. I don't know what you want me to keep saying to you. But well done. But well done, because you know what? You've done a great rebuild in less time than Arsenal done it. So it shows that it can be done. So I'll give you more credit because you deserve it. You know, your manager's doing well. Some of your players are doing well. You've changed the idea of some of your... Romero looks good. Van de Ven looks good. Basuma looks good. All of these players that people were giving Son, even you need to give credit, because you were saying get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
All of these players that, you know, people weren't rating are now showing up to be good. So that's what you can get. But I'm not going to say you're in a title race, because I think it's stupid to say that, because your squad's worse than Arsenal's last season. So why would I even put that pressure on you? It's stupid. It's stupid for me to say that.
Cass, you going on me?
I was just going to say,
go on, Cass. Go on, Cass.
I feel like Deji's now in a corner, right, a little bit, and we rated Szoboszlai. But at the end of the day, Liverpool have no DM, and there's a guy that is performing in moments and dictating games in the final third. And James Maddison, same breath as Szoboszlai, you have to put on Maddison.
That's what I said, Bo. That's exactly where I was going earlier, where I said Maddison and Szoboszlai, which one of them can be the game changer again?
Maddison make a change against a non-DM than Szoboszlai up against a Basuma. That's all I'm going to say there.
You think the game's going to be played in midfield like that? I thought it's going to be on the wings.
brother, if I'm telling you now, if this your most attacking central midfielder will be more than likely Szoboszlai. So I'm gonna guess Basuma is gonna be the one to track him more or less. Because I think Papa Sark, if anything, just keeps pressing McAllister, which would be a hard job to be fair, but he's an athlete like that. So that's what I'm trying to say. Maddison is if we're going to talk about moments, he's got better moments than most players this season. If we keep him up. You know what I mean? So who's going to be more effective? I always think it will come down to midfield battles, anyways.
But I think that's the thing with Maddison. I remember saying to you before last weekend when we were talking about Mo's take on Odegaard and Maddison, that although it sounds so mad, because I get it, it's one of them ones that just sounds mad, because straight away he was playing for a relegated Leicester and all of that, but I was like, it's one of the wildest takes that actually isn't really that wild at all. If you really sit down and look at it, it's not wild, but it's just because of the way that Odegaard has been spoke about in a title challenging team and being the engine and the captain, and then you're pulling up a relegated Maddison. It sounds crazy, but if you look at the fact that Maddison's done it for 3 seasons at least, and you look at the bigger sample size and you look at they're different players. Firstly, Maddison is the type of player that impacts games and it's obvious on the eye. Odegaard is the type of player that controls a game, and every now and again he will impact the game, but he's more of a controller of the game, so it's a mad one. But I think this is where I'd say we're going into this almost expecting it of Maddison now, for once. And maybe with Szoboszlai, it's like, right, now can Szoboszlai step up and be that guy that goes, no, I'm that one. I'm that guy. I think it's another one. That's why I compared it to the Odegaard and
Odegaard's washed this season at this moment of time. He's not been great at all.
That's crazy.
No, it's had good and bad games. Good and bad games.
Leo was doing this, and then he had Odegaard. And he's like,
I'm not going to go into it until next week. But this season he's been slow, bro. He's
hot
been
and cold. I'd say hot and cold.
He's been Forrest Gump, fam. Like it's mad right now. Like he's one of my favorite players in the league currently as attacker mid. I will still choose Odegaard just because he's having a bad spell, in my opinion. Maybe not the worst of spells, but his bad spells, he's still my top.
Could be what's next to him. Could be what's next to him. Could be what's next to him.
You have him over Maddison, Cass.
Right now, Maddison's more informed. But if you told me who do you want to put in your team, I'm putting Odegaard because I like 10s, but I think the game's moved on from 10s, and I don't think there's enough of them anymore. I like 8s that can play in attacking mid roles and be a controller. More or less.
If I had a choice, I know which one I'd take at City all day long, and it would be Odegaard all day long. Yeah, but that's because I think he suits that Pep style of football. Maddison's like,
it's a bit like. Big up Mohammed for becoming a silver tier member. Make sure to check the community posts. It's got every detail, and then you can get the instructions from there. Then he big up for the super chat says. I didn't think mentioning GA was a strong argument. I'm not saying there is no argument comparing the two players. Yeah, fair enough then.
No, it's a valid point. It's a valid point. GA is always a valid point, but it's not the be all and end all.
Yeah. Tarek says, big up lads, Liverpool fan here, but games usually win in the midfield. Basuma on his day is scary. If his day is tomorrow, then we'll have a long day. Whoever wins tomorrow will give City a run for their money. This is where I have to disagree with one little part. When Liverpool are backed into a corner to start playing counter-attack, it can be long. It can be very long. Like Diaz and all them man running for mate, they could run up the pitch in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Easy.
The best Liverpool were that. The best Liverpool were that. The best Liverpool were that. The best Liverpool were attacking at pace.
When did Liverpool... I'm not saying that Liverpool will lose the game for sure. My prediction is a draw. When did Liverpool struggle this year? One game, they really struggled really bad. Actually, a game and a half.
Chelsea.
A game and a half. Second half
Chelsea.
They struggled really bad. And again,
after 35 minutes.
Yeah, after 35 minutes, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay.
But second half in particular.
What's the common thing between what happened at Chelsea and what happened at Newcastle? Is strong midfielder that can control the tempo, which was Enzo. And for Newcastle, it was the 3 midfielders that totally ripped Liverpool's midfield. How can we not sit here and say, okay, so this is enough sample for us to know that Liverpool have to bypass the midfield? Anybody here can think that Liverpool can do that, can completely bypass them?
That's why I said play Trent, because Trent can play balls over the top quite easily. I feel like Trent's the perfect player. I think Trent's the perfect player to bypass. But again, to give Spurs credit, which I've been doing, Basuma can still get there because he's been that good, and Sarr can still get there because I only saw it less than 7 days ago how good he can be. So I'm not going to sit here and discredit them, but I also think Liverpool aren't dumb.
No, they aren't.
They're not going
to. Jurgen Klopp is more experienced. Yes, Jurgen Klopp is way more experienced.
Jurgen Klopp last season, he looked like a man that was ready to hang his boots up. He now looks revitalized. He said Liverpool 2.0, and he looks to be firing, and he looks like he's going to come back with all the fresh new ideas. And look, good on him. I didn't think that he was ready to come back. I thought he was done. I thought he was finished. Daps would tell you, because I told him the same thing that I told Errol on Saeed's channel, and I did it on this channel. I thought he was done. But I'm here giving man credit because
same almost as well. To be fair,
I say what I see, bro. Like I'm not gonna sit here and just start saying shit for the sake of it. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
I think the thing is, if you actually look at Liverpool's transfer window in hindsight, and it's funny because through the transfer window, certain clubs were getting loads of props, certain other clubs weren't getting that much props. Like there was a lot of the transfer window where Liverpool were in the mud, to be frank with you. But we're now out of the transfer window, and I can honestly say, if we're looking at for who the manager is, the type of players he likes to play with, right? And then you look at the amount of money they spent, as in not that much compared to, they managed to get four midfielders, right? 4 midfielders, let's say, yeah? Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Endo. That's 4, correct? Yeah? 4. Now, Endo we get, he's not a first team player, but look, we've still got to say he's still okay. He's still of a quality. We don't know what yet. The other 3, they're all good quality, right? In a market there was 8s going for 115 million, right? He's gone and got 4 8s, a manager that relies on an engine in the middle of the pitch. In hindsight, that is one of the best transfer windows for 8s I've ever seen for a not minimal, but for a small amount compared to what some people were playing. And salute to whoever did that. And now this is it. This is it for Liverpool. Let's see what they've got. Because I've said I want Arsenal done for by December. And if Liverpool is still floating about, then let's see if they've got it. Because at the moment but this is a test for them. This is a good test for them.
And it is minimal, because I didn't know until yesterday that bloody Szoboszlai cost them less than Havertz and Mount. I thought apparently it's 50 million.
Yeah.
I thought it was 50 million.
I thought it was 60. I did think it was 60, but
okay, maybe I got it wrong. Then.
But Deji, I want to ask you a question. You asked a question about if you beat us, how would we view Spurs? So if you do beat us, how would you view Spurs? So are you trying to say you're in contention to challenge, or what? Like, what's your viewpoint? So you
don't know, Deji.
What's going on?
I think
you don't know.
Arsenal proved to us last year that the unexpected can happen.
Oh,
yeah. No, because you weren't expecting to.
Someone put the time. What's the time?
Am I being real?
102.
At the beginning of the season last year, you were expecting top 4, but you were not hoping for a title challenge. Let's just be real.
We're
putting things into context. Yeah, I think if Tottenham get a result against Liverpool, I'm not saying Tottenham are in for a title challenge, but given that at the beginning of the season I would have taken top 6. I'd be telling you tomorrow, Tottenham should be looking at top 4.
That's fair. I think Tottenham. I think top 4, because I honestly still believe Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, then a gap.
Yeah.
Then it's between Tottenham, Man United, Newcastle, and let's see if someone like Brighton can keep it up. But I was going to say this to you earlier, Deji, that you were on a stream with me about this time last year. I think it was Tony Claude's, right? And he was doing the exact same. I was singing Arsenal's praise, saying about overcoming hurdles and everything. He was like, no, but Daps, you need to give us more respect. And I said, what more respect do you want me? I've said you're doing well and whatever. Like, what more do you fucking want from me, yeah? And it's the same with you now, bro, because I can even go back to, there's been multiple seasons, I'm pretty certain, in the last 8-9 years where Tottenham have been top at Christmas, right?
Yeah. Look,
right?
All I'm trying to say
and your squad then was probably deeper than it is now, right?
Yeah, but we were playing dusty football, let's just be real. We had Mourinho and we had Conte, and they're both madmen. Look, look.
But the top 4 shout, that's fair. It's just
top four. Look, we're just enjoying the ride. Last season was a complete disaster. But what I hear what Lee's saying and I hear what you're saying, and I'm not going to ask for much more than what we can ask for. But Arsenal surprised us last year. That's all I'm going to say.
So you're going to go. So you're going to finish second then.
Listen, we played
them bad up Liverpool tomorrow.
We listen,
Mate,
Deji. We played better football last season.
That's what I'm saying.
We played better football last
A
season.
lot of bum shaking violently.
You could be getting
And listen, we played a lot. We played a lot of. We played better football. We scored more goals, and we still didn't win the league. And listen, I keep saying,
not saying Tottenham's going to win the league.
I give credit. Daps told me in January, in February, he can give me a 9-point lead, and he still weren't worried. And we took them to 31-2 games, and we still crumbled. So, brother,
I got a question for you, though.
He never said he would win the league. I don't know what is the point. He never said he would win the league.
No, that's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Hold on, Deji's saying he'd win the league.
No. What Lee's saying? Lee's saying that I said this to Arsenal last year. Like, wherever you are in January, February. Like, it don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Can I ask this question though? Because the people have asked me this, and I need to see where Welcome is coming from, and I need to see where Lee's coming from. So, Lee, given what we know of last season, and we like to do this context thing, what should we be expecting from Arsenal this season? And Welcome, what should we be expecting from Arsenal? Really, what I love about the online thing is we can hold each other accountable. I need to know, because for me, I know where I think Arsenal will finish, but I don't know if it aligns with you, my brother. So you tell all of us right now, all 1,000 people, where's Arsenal?
I saw in the private chat, it said predictions and rap. Where has it got to do with Arsenal?
No, but do you know what? Actually, hold on, Deji, I'm going to back you on this, because Lee, last year, we did weekly shows on Coppish together and many other shows, and there was something that you really prided yourself on, right? Really, and I salute you for it, because as the transfer window opened over a year ago, you were saying we finished third this season, and we all thought you were mad, yeah? And you ended up finishing second, and you really wanted to tell us all of that prediction. So I think it's only right that you do give us a prediction of where Arsenal finished this season.
I feel this is the wrong show, because this is a Spurs.
Well, we'll do it on Sunday then.
We'll do it, Lee. We'll do it in the preview for the Man City game.
After
you play Bournemouth, okay? After you play Bournemouth.
What about you, Welks? What about you, Welks? You getting away with it?
Yeah, no. I've said it on my channel. I think we're title contenders. I think I'm not saying that we're going to win the league, but I think we should try to push City, get back on that sort of form, relentless. I think we can try win 2 cups, meaning the Europa and the Carabao Cup.
I think you're going to do that as well. By the way. I think
Liverpool are back.
I didn't say no. Liverpool are back for me is when you're actually really competing for the league. So meaning you got your 6, you got a defender. That's when you're competing for the league for me. But I think
the Carabao,
what we have. And what we're rebuilding.
I mean, the Carabao is a respectable cup.
Hold on, my guy. Bro, you was dismissing that and the FA Cup. What are you on about?
I'm just saying, if Liverpool fans are even looking forward to winning the kind of Carabao Cup,
why is he talking about?
Welcome to Deji, bro. Welcome to Deji.
You don't know Deji, bro. You don't know Deji. Is Liverpool finishing with Arsenal?
Random, what if City don't win the Prem? Who cares? They've done it 3 times in a row.
No, do you know what? No, I'll be real. I've been clear from the start of the season. There's 2 things I want: the 4-peat, and the 4-peat's the most important one. But then to retain the Champions League. If we don't win, the answer is if we don't win the league, bro.
We get it, Daps. Okay, your city, the mighty city. We get it. You want a 4-peat?
They're not getting 4-peat now. That's done.
You're right there, mate. What's that about? Anyway, I was going to say, if we don't do the 4-peat, I'll be pissed off. I'll be honest. If we don't win the league, the answer to that question was, if we don't win the league, then I will be massively pissed off.
But you're not doing the 4-peat.
We are doing the 4-peat.
You're out.
The 4-peat, bro.
What? The Club World Cup?
No, the Premier League, you knobhead. 4 years on the bounce.
4 years on the bounce.
Maybe was it 4? I'm thinking quadruple, innit?
Wait, hold on. So are Liverpool finishing above Arsenal? Is that what you're saying, Welcome?
Completely. I respect your opinions. I do. I know the question.
I'm not asking.
Welcome. Apparently, he doesn't, because he doesn't think so.
No. I'm just saying it's not. I'm not taking up Arsenal. This is a show for these 2. I don't want to talk about Arsenal.
Welks,
But
do you know
I
that?
don't
Welks, just quickly, do you realise that Man United in the last 3 years, Man United have actually finished above you, 2 of them?
That's great.
Well, it's going to make it 3 times in a row when we finish above this season too.
So Arsenal could do it, bro. Arsenal could do it.
I rate Arsenal's team, but at the same time, I feel like I think Liverpool will finish above Arsenal.
If Man United finish above Liverpool
so
this
welcome
year,
is saying
Liverpool fans should dig
Wait, pause mode. If Man United finish above us, we get 2 trophies, but Man United don't get 2 trophies. What?
No, I'm not taking.
So you're not going to finish above Man United?
See that? If you don't finish above Man United on the table, you should be up.
Caicedo. We're gonna 6. Never doubt my owners. FSG to the day I die. FSG till the day I die.
You guys, wow.
It will never die.
Nasty behavior.
Anyway, can we get predictions then? We start with Lee, actually.
I'm gonna stick with. I want to say 2-0 Liverpool, but I'm gonna say 3-1. I feel like they'll get a last-minute goal.
Okay, Daps.
Same 3-1. 3-1.
Cass.
I'm gonna no, but you know what? I said 2-2 earlier. I'm back in Tottenham.
I want Tottenham to win, by the way. I definitely want.
Same.
What you want your rivals to win over Liverpool? Because we don't have beef with you like that.
No, but in context of the season, I would prefer, because I think Liverpool will do better than Spurs. So yeah, I obviously want Spurs.
But that's including Arsenal as well, right?
There's no logic. As I said, this is my prediction.
Yeah.
So this is my prediction. I'm saying 3-2 because I want it to be 3-2 to Tottenham. I don't want to, I think it's going to be 2.
And
algorithm gods. Algorithm gods.
I just don't want to see Mont smile again. I like that personally. I don't know about you lot.
Or even Welks agree with that.
I don't want to see Mont.
I'm thinking it's 2-2. Welcome. What's your prediction?
It's tight, but I don't really like doing predictions. I'm not a big fan, but for the context of this, I will do it. I'll say a 3-1. I'll go for a 3-1.
3-1. I mean, just to say, I was one of the few people who predicted the draw last week, and I had it to be a draw this week, so I'm going 1-0.
I'll be honest. Every single person, everybody said it was a draw last week because it was Tobes, it was you, everybody kept George, because they kept saying the best they can get is a draw. So everybody kept saying a draw last week. So you're not the only one. So yeah.
Come.
Yeah. How many likes are we on? 321. Why is there not 400? Come on, people, man. There's 921 of you in here. As Welcome even got 1,000 subscribers. You could have another 900 by this stream at the end of this.
1,000 now. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I said it on the other day as well, but I am doing content till next week. I'm back, so please go and subscribe.
You get me on your show, innit? So we can really go into the context thing. I really want to break that down.
Yeah, Daps won't remember, but that was the first person on my show.
Yeah, so. I do remember, bro. I do remember.
Yeah, man. The circle's all right, man. The circle's all right. Other than Mo. But big up everyone. We'll be back tomorrow morning.
What time are we going? 11?
Yeah, 11 p.m.
11
a.m. tomorrow, and also Deji will be returning tomorrow night alongside Tom.
Win, lose, or draw. Is Welcome coming? Welcome, you don't go hiding.
I mean, if there's space,
we'll get him in. Just so. But Deji, listen, if you win, no, I'm not going to say it. There needs to be a big pause.
Tottenham win tomorrow. Let me not talk too much. Let's just see. I want to take Lee's advice. I want to be cool right now. Let me just be easy. Welcome. If Tottenham win tomorrow, I will never see you again.
I got to tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.